Okay, I'm down here, trying to adjust the angle on the camera here. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm down here at the beaver, at the spillway here where the dam is, the beaver put in here, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can lower this down some. I do want to lower the water level gradually here. Well, it's still the 28th. It's after lunch. I came down here earlier, and what I did do was I took out some of the beaver dam wall. Not all of it, and I just took it down a couple inches. The water's still running. It's been a little over an hour, but the water's dropped about 2 inches. And so I thought I'd come down. I just switched the bucket on the excavator to the 36-inch excavation bucket and took off the articulated articulated grading bucket, the one that swivels, ankles back and forth. And I came down here to take a look at the canal, and it looks like it's probably 1.5 inch deep, I'm guessing, which I had dug it a little bit deeper, but the sediment would come in. And since everything's going to take some time to dry up, and you can see it's gradually drying up over there, but I want the water level to be a little bit lower. So before I lower the beaver dam any further, since we've got lots of fish in here, I can see the schools going back and forth, I'm going to go ahead and excavate out again and see if I can get a little more of this soil. And of course, a lot of water will come out with it. And I'll deposit it over here and work my way up and see what I can do. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to get out of there, but I want to make sure I've got adequate depth of the water for the fish that are here and the wildlife that are here before we lower the beaver dam down there any further, so that I can get in here and work up in this area. So that's the plan. We'll see what we get done. Hopefully we accomplish something. I did get done doing what work I thought I could get away with today as far as digging out the canal. So I was able to get a significant amount of it dug up and put to the sides. Lots and lots of moisture. So this is sand and some of the topsoil that the beaver had gone ahead and packed. They excavated out from around in there and packed it up against the dam wall that they created here. It is amazing the size of the logs that they do move around in here. You can see what the water height was with some of the trees that they had chopped off, and they're coming back some. So I will have to get the water level a bit lower to make that firm enough for me to be able to get over there and work on it. But I'll be starting at the higher part in the back, bit by bit. There were quite a couple of schools of fish in here, small minnows and some good sized fish as well, going back and forth. So got as much done as I think I could do. So it'll take days for this sandy material to dry out enough. But what I'll do is I'll take some of this at least. So I got a pile over there, a pile here, a little pile on the other side. I banged into some of these tree guards when I was doing the work here because I had not anticipated that I would be doing. Straighten that one up. I did not anticipate that I would be coming in here and digging out from this side again. But that's how things work out. But most of the trees are still doing pretty well. So I'll have to drop it a little bit further. Maybe tomorrow I'll come down and drop it down in just a couple more inches. And tomorrow we're supposed to get some rain, which we really desperately need a lot of rain. But I'll approach from the other side over there, which I showed you earlier in the video, or in the last video, I can't remember which one. And then I'll work my way in to different locations, make sure I build up good soil around that area there, that tree that I want to protect. Try protecting this one too, if I can get down in there. We'll see. So we want to have lots of vegetation in here, so I don't want to take a lot out. I don't even want to take the dead trees out for the most part unless they're dangerous. This one here, this maple here, is a pretty dangerous one, so I'll have to deal with that at some point in the near future. But that's what we got done so far. So we're making progress down here. The canal's deep enough, so you see the excavation bucket's a 36-inch one, and so I completely buried it in there. So we've got a good 3 foot of water in this canal system, so that should be good. And when I'm excavating, I don't want to come right up to this margin here and dig it all the way down and make the water go away and make it really shallow, just in case we have a good drought. We don't want this drying up. Remember, it is sand, and so it is going to leach water out, but the water table is pretty high right back in here. Thank goodness for all the beaver work that they've done. But in the next couple of days, depending on the weather, we'll start taking little bits here. First thing I'll do is open up my roadway so I can find a couple of paths in here, take out some of the little stumps that the beavers cut off, and so that I can make it in safely with equipment. And then we'll start moving some of the soil, and I'll start moving some of this soil within a few days as well. Some of it will go on top of the roadways, and some of it will get stored for later for other work. So that's it for today's video, folks. We're going to do the best we can, work with the beavers, enjoy the beautiful nature around here. We're making a mess first, but it'll be beautiful someday. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye now.